Hi, I'm Gary, the geriatric do-it-yourselfer. Thank you for tuning in. I wanted to share with you a technique that I developed to suit my particular needs in this basement project where we're trying to turn it into a nice social space instead of the multiply cracked, wet space it started off as. And it turns out I had to put a lot of work and effort into making the basement tight, dry, stable. And then when I was going to apply some kind of wall covering, I did not like the idea of having to pierce the cinder block or concrete floor with nails and screws. I just got away from that. I didn't want to go back to it. So I worked out a way that I can attach furring strips to cinder block wall without piercing the cinder block. And so far it seems to be working out okay, as you'll see. So we're going to start with the baseboard. This is a treated 2x4, and everything that touches the ground, the floor, is treated. Above that level is not treated, again, out of concern, worry, fear of moisture. Okay? So the first step is to glue that to both the floor and the wall. And so the adhesive that I've been using is Loctite PL3X Premium. And it has very good adhesive qualities. It gets sticky somewhat at first and then cures entirely within 24 hours. And so we have to work with those characteristics. So I would put this on the back, put it on the bottom. I would load it up with blocks to keep it pressed against the back, which means it's going to tilt back a little. That's all right. It'll be tight. It'll be well adherent by next morning. So obviously that's going to provide us with a nailing point where we can bond wood to wood with glue too, but with nails. And then way up here, you see a little bit of a nailer that I have created. Now it turns out my given here was that there was a sealing of drywall applied to the undersurface of the joists. And around most of the bathroom, the cinder blocks come up to a certain height, and then there's a shelf before we get to the ceiling. So I made use of that. And so I glued nailers like that. See a little bit there too, maybe. I guess that's mostly the furring strips. But you make its thin edge flush with the surface of the cinder block. This stands out proud. That's flush with the cinder block. And you don't know what kind of space you'll have to work with. I've used 2x4s, 2x3s, 2x2s, depending on how far back the space goes, and it's not being blocked by something else. The space behind those nailers that we're putting up there will be used, or is being used, for electrical cable and also for the 1-inch steel black pipe that carries the propane to this stove that I've turned on for atmospheric effect. Okay, well, we're in the closet space now, or what used to be the closet space, and you can see how I'm sticking with this theme of toe nailing at the bottom and then flat nailing up at the tops. And I'm running those furring strips high enough that there'll be nailers for the crown molding when I get to that step. Now here's one that's in process of being done. So again, to emphasize the toe nailing on each side, I think you can see that. And then it will be top nailed too. So it'll look like that one. Okay, well, thanks for watching, and good luck on your project.